fabrics like the Civil War reproductions, but I may do them in a more modern quilt pattern.
Interesting.
You know, just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just
now, do you buy fabric for a project, or do you just develop a stash so that you can create a project out of whatever you have, or both?
I'll do both. I try to use, I'll do scrappy quilts. Improvisational quilting is great for for your scraps. But
right.
I don't like to waste fabric. I like to use it.
In case people are out there that don't know, explain in case someone listening doesn't know what an improvisational quilt is, what an improv quilt is.
Well, like I said, I may take, I love Calf Fassat. Am I saying that right? His name right?
Okay.
Yeah. I love his bold, vibrant colors. Some people don't know what to do with his fabric, but I may just take one print and then I will couple it with some of the vibrant colors that are in the print.
Yeah.
And build on it.
Here, do you have something you would show us?
Yeah, I can. Just working on this.
So for those listening on the podcast, we're also recording it on video. So we haven't started putting these up yet, but anyway, take a look. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, it's very cool.
But here's the print, and I'm just going to build a solid frame around.
Oh, that's really cool. So you've taken one busy print and put it in the middle, generally in the middle, and then you have random ways. Oh, that's really cool. And then the rest of it is all solid, but it makes it, see, I really like your stuff. Always. That's so pretty. So solid, so one print that's really gorgeous, and then pulled the colors out of it, and now are doing different kinds of shapes, sometimes square to square, and then a rounded, and then all different things, and then a big border pretty much to make it the right shape around all of that. Yeah, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. That looks it's really fun. I want to try that. That's really cool. That's a great idea, because I always feel like with all the busy colors that I feel like I get a little overwhelmed and it just kind of stresses me out. But that's a great way to just take one really busy print and some beautiful print and pull out the colors. I love that.
Yeah, and there's no pattern. It's just kind of playing with fabric.
Yeah.
And it really is there's a lot of beauty in the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
And I like that.
I like that too. Now, do you just collect the solids wherever you go as you find solids? How do you...
I love Kona cotton solids.
Kona, yeah.
If I could have every color,
right,
I would be really happy. But I'll treat myself to a few yards, every month of different. And I do find that I tend to go for the more intense colors than the pastel.
They're gorgeous. Your stuff is great. Right. So when you see Kona cotton, or you see it on sale, or you buy about a couple of yards, is that what you're saying? About 2 to 3 yards of it?
Yeah. And it just sort of is it's the medium. I just grab it. I'm yes, that would be beautiful with that print. And I'll just go and make a little frame or.
Yeah. And then with the prints, are you just looking as you go in the world for an interesting print? Do you find, what are you showing me?
Yeah. And I especially love Calf Fassat print.
Yeah.
It's spirits. I just love
his stuff. Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much you can do with it.
Right. It's just, so you use one of his prints, and then you like his prints, and then you put the Kona cotton with it to make your thing. Super awesome. Now, what happens to your quilts once they're done? And you do the quilting as well? Do you do the free motion quilt? Do you do free motion quilting?
A free motion quilt on my domestic machine.
You do?
I do. And I tend to, for a while I did a lot of leaves. I liked leaves, and then I started to do a lot of swirls, and I like more of the overall, something you can do over the entire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like if you concentrate on leaves and you do a bunch with leaves, that's a better way to build up your skill? If you're just doing a bunch, if you do I'm going to do leaves on this one and leaves and leaves and leaves, and now I'm going to do something else. Do you feel like that's how you could sort of – I want to become better at it, so I'm curious.
Yeah. And I find repeating the free motion quilt design that I'm doing does make me better at it. And I like the overall look of the quilt at the end.
Yeah, no, I like it too. Your quilts are awesome. That's a great way to go.
There's, one thing about my quilts is that they're a little wonky. They're just not perfect. And I feel like that's okay. That's kind of what life is to me. And,
I agree. But you also create a lot of designs that it doesn't need to be perfect, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like on the one hand, I'm trying to be more perfect with piecing. Like I got a couple projects that are, you have to be like more serious about it. But I find myself much happier with the project where it isn't about being perfect. Like those that you showed us, the improv, are gorgeous, and they look as perfect. They look perfect. Like whatever perfect means, it feels like it's perfect. So I feel like I want not perfect to look perfect, like I don't know. I don't like feeling like I failed, so.
Yeah, but I'm not great at following directions, and it's hard to admit that, but I'm not crazy about following recipes or anything like that either.
Yeah.
That's just why I like to be, it's just more playful and it's more freeing.
Yeah.
It's like there's no mistakes.
Right, right.
And if there is, you can fix it. It's not hard to fix.
Yeah.
And I just find that's kind of how life is. You go through life and come to something in the way. You just work with it. You just work with it and get through it, and it comes out in the end.
Yeah,
so.
No, I think that's great. I think that was a really good philosophy. I really do. I think that's great. I like it. I'm going to try I'm going to try to make a quilt like you're making, see how it goes, see how you'll start a movement. It'll be the Becky Hill movement,
That's funny. Yeah. I would love to do a workshop with some people and just really show them that you can have so much fun. You don't need a pattern, you just need to have the mindset that I'm going to play with color,
right?
And I'm going to create something that makes me happy.
Yeah.
And really, you could teach this to a beginner sewer.
That's really cool. Well, we should think about that. We're trying to figure out what we're doing next. So maybe we do little videos and see it, and maybe you could be our guinea pig and see how it goes, because we got to figure out how to do it. And maybe even we're using Zoom right now, because I can see you, and if we set it up that way, that we set it up so that we don't need a lot of fancy camera stuff. That would be really great. So sure. Let's think about that. I was trying to figure out what our summer projects are, but if we had people, the Quilting Army, making videos about like the stuff you all do. That would be awesome, right? Like, that would be so cool. I hadn't thought about that.
It would be great. It's always fun what other people are doing, because you learn so much, and you might, find something you want to incorporate into your own work.
Totally. I think that's great. Okay, you are so going to be our first guinea pig on this. We'll have to figure out how to do it. So, so think about it, like your space and how you would teach it. So we would think about it. I think, let's think about it. Or I'll come out to your house. It would be fun too. That would be good. All right. Yeah. So where do the quilts go? How many quilts do you think you make in a month or a year or something like that?
Maybe a dozen quilts a year, something like that.
Yeah, like one a month kind of thing, like project going.
Definitely. Like actually leave, like I give them to someone else. I give a lot of my quilts away. I make them for, just special events in life, or just if someone needs a little more comfort.
Yeah. Do you make the quilt with the person in mind, or are you making quilts and then figuring out who to give them to?
No, I definitely make quilts with the person in mind. And it's kind of therapeutic to me. The whole time I'm making the quilt, I'm really kind of thinking about that person.
Yeah.
And just what they mean to me.
Yeah.
And what I hope this quilt means to them.
So Yeah, do you feel like I have this theory that as we quilt, when we do that with a quilt, that it sort of imbues it with love, that there's more going on in the quilt than just the sewing part, that like that energy. I know that's kind of dorky, but I feel like my energy is going into that, and that when I find a quilt, sometimes I feel like there's that love energy, abandoned quilts, that it's like it needs to be loved.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, yeah, I definitely. When I give a quilt, I mean, I'm giving the best of what I know how to do, you know, and I want to convey to that person that I love them.
Yeah.
You know, and I want them to be safe and warm. And I mean, of course,
safe and warm. That's right.
I see my children, and I'm like, you know, I'm sending you off to college, and you have these quilts. Please be safe and warm. And, you know, you're loved in the hard world out there. You know,
right. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Symbolic. Yeah. It's, you know, it's love. Quilts are love. That's what I think is so cool about it is, now, any intellectual property questions or issues that arise with your stuff, it's improv. So, and you're using patterns, any experiences or worries or?
I mean, no quilt, the improv quilts I make, there are no patterns. So
right.
I'm not worried about copyright.
You're not worried about it. And you shouldn't be. So that's really interesting, right? Right.
Yeah.
So you're just creating and you're just love and it's creating and you're giving to people. Now, have you ever done a quilt for like a raffle or a giveaway or something at your church or something like that?
I've done that for, you know, a giveaway or a raffle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. Again, it's been more improv
right.
type of quilting.
Right.
So I don't really sell my quilts or anything.
Right.
So I guess I've never really worried about that.
You shouldn't be, right? So you're doing improv quilts. It doesn't matter, right? So so you're on the right track. I wasn't trying to scare you. I was just asking. That's the question we ask at least a little bit.
Right.
So
no,
have people
about that on your interviews though? About the copyright. I've learned quite a bit, you know.
Yeah. We're going to start copyright school soon, like some lessons so that we have basic understanding. We're doing that a little bit later once school ends. So the students have recorded some stuff, and we're going to start at the beginning and sort of explain different concepts so that you can feel confident in what you're doing. We're writing another book called Illegal Art, but it's the ILs in parentheses. So it's sort of here's the actual rules for art, and you can break them or not break them, right? But at least you know what they are, so you can make choices. Yeah. So I want to do that for the quilters and sort of understand basic concepts, and then you can feel confident because what you're doing is you're fine, right? Like everything you're doing, like there's no worries. I don't see any worries of what you're doing on an IP level. So.
One time I took a class. I can show it to you.
Yeah.
I was worried about copyright. I love the artist Walter Anderson, and I sketched out one of his drawings, and then I dyed the fabric.
Wow.
And I'm going to show it to you.
Okay, cool.
I was real worried, like
right.
I
the underlying work.
This is it. It's pretty cool, actually. I don't know if you can see it.
Whoa, look at that. Oh, it's so pretty.
And this is one of his famous paintings, and I sketched it, and I was real worried that wasn't okay.
Yeah, well, you're not selling it, right?
I'm not selling it, so
no, it's personal use.
Yes, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's one of the only art quilts I've ever done.
It's very beautiful. It's gorgeous. Well, and you can see, I mean, think about like when you teach your kids something, like for centuries, people have been going to museums to sketch and to do their own versions of things. And that's part of the artistic process. And copyright's okay with that part of it, right? It's just the commercial side of it. If you decide to sell it or make many copies of it and sell it on Etsy, not so good, right? Because copyright's an economic commercial system. It just happens that we now all play in it in this crazy way. But yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, that's exactly what you're supposed to do, right? Expression, learning, appreciation. So cool. All right. Well, we